Good morning, pre-gamers. How are you? It is Monday, June 12th, 2023, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern. I hope you are well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you are ready for the trading day. Thank you, Bob. I'll officially get started in 8 minutes. Between now and then, I'm going to say hello to my friends and take a few chart requests. Good morning, my friend Whitney. I hope you had a peaceful and wonderful weekend. Hey, Shake and Bake, Marvin. Be careful out there. Don't look at the charts and drive. Hey, Renaissance Man, Greg, Homebody. Hey, Bennett, Casey, Card Lady, Wave, Night Truck, Rain, Taro. I don't know, but it's cool. Hey, Mal. Hey, EQ, Mary, Derek, B-Hawk, Mike, Sandor, Basque, Sir Fernando. Hey, Tess, Donald. Hey, Train Man Dan, let me go back up to the top. Any chart requests? I'll take those now. I am staring at soybeans this morning. I just took a high risk short right here. In case you wanted a trade idea, take it at your own risk. I don't say this enough. I am not certified in investing. I cannot give financial advice legally. I give technical analysis and trade setups I like or trade setups that I'm taking. It doesn't mean that I am certified or I think the right word is licensed to do this. Professionally, I'm not saying take the trade. So just remember that, trade at your own risk. It's your money. You're out there pushing the buttons, not me. But we're 4 hour overbought, we're 4 hour overbought on soybeans, looking for a weekly lower high. That's typically a decent area to look for a potential short. And I have my stop just over 13.93 on soy, in case you're wondering. And I do this to get warmed up for my brain to catch up. It's actually my mouth to catch up with my brain. PLTR. Bears need to take out 1482 to feel more confident that this daily lower high is likely set at 1598. They are up 2% this morning in pre-market. And if you look at the market, we're barely green on the major for Fab 4. So PLTR is relatively strong, up over 2%. So I think bulls would be looking for a pullback buy relative to 1482. Everybody loves PLTR. This chart looks like Disney's trying to put in a meaningful bottom. Potential inverse head and shoulders. Oh, didn't change that color this morning. Here, and we'll see if it forms a right shoulder or does it just daily bull flag and take out 94.24. We'll see. This is pretty healthy. Bulls have said we've had enough. We have had enough. We're reclaiming our ticker. 91.55 is the low of Friday. You're going to want to see that hold for this to be a potential daily bull flag, and they need to get over 93.08 to confirm. Hello. You're welcome, Mal. SPY, the ETF, I will go over that. And I don't say this enough either. If you look here where my arrow is, I'm kind of shaking it down here. It says ADJ. My data is adjusted for dividends. So I get comments like my high doesn't match up with your high or my SPY levels don't match up with your SPY levels. It's because I adjust for dividends. So if you ever wonder why our levels look different or our RSI is different, my extended hours are on and I adjust for dividends. Okay, on SPY, we made a daily higher high on Friday. And ES open, I'm going to go to futures because I kind of have to. We open inside Friday's range. You see the yellow bar there? So overnight futures, we're still stuck inside Friday's range. No major breakout. We had a 4 hour multiple inside bar bull break without a lot of follow through yet. Bulls are not in trouble at all. What we want to see on SPY is you want to hold 42960. That would be great for bulls, 42887 at a minimum. But if I'm trading SPY, I'm still watching ES futures. Yeah, I love ELF. Love. Game got killed on earnings. Did they recover? They actually recovered pretty well, considering. That's still a mess of a chart. Daily lower high is the more likely scenario. Gap overhead at 2507 can act as a magnet. Does not mean it will get filled. For me, this is a great looking short idea against 2350. And I'm just saying 2350, I'm going 7 cents over Friday's high. And if you're wrong, you should stop out pretty quickly. Elf. If you're here and you think I'm going to give you any value, hit that like button. And thank y'all for coming in early and hanging out with me and letting me warm up on your chart request. Elf is grinding the 8 EMA sideways. You know what? Let's see. I want y'all to look at this chart. I took the prices off on purpose, okay? So you can't see the price that's on this chart. When you have the EMAs and moving averages stacked on top of one another like layers of cake, you've got some major bullishness. And then let's talk about the slope of the EMA. You see the SOTIMA slope of the EMA? When you're trending up 45-degree plus angle, that is pretty darn bullish. So this is a beautiful chart. So if you take the price action off and say, okay, what is the trend here? The prior 8 days, the prior 21 days, the prior 50 days, 200 days, it has been up. So let's get those candles back on. I like it for a buy against 103.42, and then I would use 102.90 as my stop. Howdy doody. Jonathan, how are ya? Okay, it is 6:29:06. We don't have a lot of data today. These are all 1 and 2 star events, meaning they're not very important. So we don't have anything coming up in 45 seconds for me to prepare you for. But oh boy, do we have a big week otherwise. It's not a big week with earnings. So at least that should be pretty calm. We have some software names like Adobe, I believe, and Oracle are reporting. But I want y'all to look at this data. We have CPI on Tuesday. We have PPI on Wednesday. And we have FOMC Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday afternoon, plus the conference. And this is what we're anticipating at the Fed meeting that happens in 2 days and 5 hours, is they're expecting 74% chance that it stays flat, that they skip a rate hike this meeting. So they meet every 6 weeks. So the Fed Watch tool is projecting that they're going to skip a rate hike on Wednesday. If they don't and they hike by 0.25, I would assume that there's going to be some bearishness enter the market because it would not be priced in. So bulls are pricing in no rate hike this week. So pretty important week for economic events, and I'm going to officially get started now. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. I have a very fun week lined up. I have an interview scheduled with Mom Angie Trades. She is a wonderful trader, and I've never talked to her before, so that'll be fun. And also Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have a Ask Me Anything session. So I'm going to jump on the mic, I'm going to smile at you from the camera, and I'm going to answer whatever your burning questions are. So that'll be Thursday. Fun week, fun week. All right, let's look at ES. Good, Timo. I'm glad you're finding value. I don't understand the question, Walter. What about Canna? I don't understand. Maybe I should understand, but I don't. Okay, so ES, this is pretty bullish, y'all. And what I do here every day is I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. And I have notes that are off screen that I type up. Normally I get up at 3:30. This morning I got up at 2 a.m. So you got crackhead Lori on about 3 cups of coffee and her athletic greens. Just kidding. I'm not crackheadish. I hope not. But I prepare for the trading day, and it is my goal to get you ready. And TCG members, I give you these notes when I'm done, and I have this table to convey to you what I'm looking at and a little more objectively, instead of saying it's bullish or it's bearish, which has all of these different degrees of bullish and bearishness. This actually assigns a number to it. So what I'm looking at is just about everything looks bullish. VIX was green this morning. We rolled contracts on futures. It was up disproportionately high compared to ES. So when we disconnect like that, I don't even pay attention to it. So that's why there's no check here on VIX. No meaningful price patterns to point out, but XLE is bearish. I was bearish on it Friday, and I'm bearish on a bounce today. So overall, we're looking bullish. If you took that soy trade, you should be up $162.50 on one contract. And let me show you how that works. I don't always show profits because we're not like that. We're not Lambo people. We're not gonna flash a Rolex or anything. That's just not who we are. I will show you my fingernails after picking potatoes though, but this is normally not what I do. My goal is not to show you, oh look, I made money. My goal is to show you that we are real traders. When I tell you I've taken a short, I have taken a short. I am not paper trading. This is on Trade-Evade. I took it at $13.8920. Now you get $12.50 per tick, and it looks like that's a decent trade idea. So I took it right here on this 5-minute. It was really a 10-minute lower high attempt right there. I took the short. All right, oil's coming in pretty heavily. Hey, Duke the Fool. Yes, Paul, 2 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. I will be live. Ask me anything, and I can get that link for you. I'll post the link tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday so you can have it. And you know, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to ask you, what do you find the most helpful with the pregame show? What's your favorite part? Is it the indices? Is it the trade ideas? Is it crypto? Is it commodities? Is it the trading psychology education or trade edge education? What is your favorite part of the pregame show? Because I want to do more of that. My goal is to help you with trading. I want you to succeed and win. All right, let's go back to the indices. There's nothing bearish about this chart. Not one thing bearish about this chart. So let's run down the Fab 4 indices. All right, we're still inside Friday's range. We're in a 4-hour uptrend, and the hourly chart is grinding these EMAs. Let's do the same thing we did with ELF. Let's do it with the indices. Is there anything wrong with these EMAs? Nothing. They are stacked like layers of cake. Look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of cake stacked on top of each other at a 45-degree angle. This is bullish. You can take counter trend bear trades. Your purdy voice. Oh, you're funny. So you can take counter trend bearish trades, but just you're scalping. You're absolutely scalping because overall the longer term trends are bullish. Bulls are buying this ish up. Now there's just a 15-minute lower high set. We'll see how these bulls and bears duke this out. Does 43.53 hold, or do they break through 43.62? And sideways is a direction. If oh good. Oh good, Serrano. Good. I'm going to go back and read all these when I'm done. I can't read them all right now, but I definitely want to read them all and really process what y'all want more of so I can incorporate it. So let's go look at this again. CPI tomorrow, PPI Wednesday with FOMC and initial jobless claims on Thursday. Wouldn't today kind of set up for a hurry up and wait kind of day? So I want you to be prepared for sideways. Sideways is a direction for the market. It doesn't mean everything will be going sideways, but we could have a daily inside bar, and that would make complete sense with what we got going on this week. where the bulls and the bears say, skirt, skirt, slow down here. We just want to wait and see what's going to happen with FOMC before we take this trend up. And look what we're doing. We're consolidating in time versus price. You see how RSI is coming down nicely on the hourly chart? We're not crashing. We're not throwing away the 8 and 21 EMA. We're just gently moving sideways. And that could happen all day today. So just be prepared for all scenarios as always. Okay, so NASDAQ. So I put this little thingamabob here. I wanted to show you. I was talking with Joey Friday morning after this happened. So I posted in general chat, QQQ is through resistance. NQ is not through resistance yet. And I posted that at 8:31 Mountain Time. That was right here at the top of this candle. Okay? That's the value of being in a community, is you have all eyes helping you. I don't see everything all the time, but usually somebody in our chat room has seen it and helps point it out. So if we look at NQ, we had a resistance here. 1487050. We double topped right there and then down she went. ES here. No, here. We were able to get through resistance, but ES did not get followed through because NASDAQ couldn't. And we always have to be looking at our major players and see how they're interacting together. RTY is pretty weak. We have that Great Wall of China overhead, the hourly 50 MA. This could be a potential daily bull flag, but when you really zoom into lower time frames, RTY is weaker than our other majors. Here, NASDAQ got a higher high overnight, but does it matter if nobody else did? Nope. You don't get to party, you don't get to party, you don't get to party, because everybody else didn't. You have to stay home. So they made it pull back in, did not get follow through on this bull break. So overall, Dow is a little bit stronger, but I doubt it sees major follow through. All right. Hang Seng was just ever so green last night, not majorly green. And we had the DAX is currently up 0.63. Bitcoin, this looks a lot better than you would think. Just looking at this chart, you're like, this is a crappy chart. No, this is a gem of a chart considering what alts did. Y'all look at that Michigas. Look at that. We had major liquidation on a lot of alts over the weekend. But Bitcoin did not roll over as much as the alts did. It held up. It held up fairly well. So Bitcoin bulls have to be super pleased with its performance. And I was reading, we had members posting, I believe GN posted. It just kind of proves that people are dumping altcoins, and the only people that really care about altcoins are the bag holders. And Bitcoin is viewed as the safe place, I guess, in crypto. It's the safest coin is how it's viewed. And so it's holding up better than the alts. Ethereum is a major coin, but it's not holding up as well as Bitcoin. So Bitcoin bulls, yes, you're red today, but you're doing pretty darn good holding these hourly EMAs. So you have resistance at 26108, 26219, support 25754. I'm just watching this soybean. I only have one contract, so I'm just going to let it play out and see how this goes. I'm not going to take profit yet. Okay, and I also want to stop. I had some notes this morning. Ensure that your trading style suits your personality. If you are a very methodical, slow thinker, and let me clarify, being a slow thinker is not necessarily a bad thing. And I have an example. My father-in-law, he loved to play video poker. He didn't have it in California, but he would play maybe once a year when he'd visit us in Reno. And he was so methodical at checking the cards and then triple checking them before he pushed the button. And me, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. He would be a swing trader because that would suit his personality more. I am a very fast talker and a fast thinker, and I like to do things really, really fast. We have Joey, Jungle Funk. He is a methodical thinker, and he is a nutcake for location. He wants great location, which is a wonderful trait to have in a trader. So he's going to take fewer trades, and typically he's going to hold them longer than someone like me who likes to go fast and scalp. So just ensure that your style suits your personality. If you're methodical and like to think things very well, think it through, then scalping is going to wear you out. It's going to wear you out. That's going to be too many decisions for a day, and you're going to get decision fatigue. So something I don't touch on enough. I try to just throw out things as I think of them. So on Bitcoin, went over that. Ethereum. Resistance 1759.58 and 1778, support 1733 and 1720. Now look at where price is relative to the key EMAs here on Ethereum. Now look at where price is relative to the key EMAs on Bitcoin. Which one is stronger? Bitcoin. Find where your price is relative to the EMAs, and it tells you a lot about the tone of the chart. Gold. I wish I had something earth-shattering to tell you in gold, but I don't. Gold did me dirty while I was live here on the pregame show. It popped, and I did not lock in partial profits, and then it dropped. We're holding these hourly EMAs, so we have resistance at 1981 and 1968. On the longer-term weekly chart, we are looking for a lower high. Now, I'm assuming, and we know what the word assume means, assuming this week with FOMC, we typically get a lot of volatility, and that will likely set that lower high with a spike, or we break this weekly low of 1949. So I think gold should be super good and volatile tomorrow, and especially Wednesday, and we'll see how these weekly inside bars break. But I think you could play the inside bar bull or bear break. Okay, so on gold, we're looking for a weekly lower high. Daily, we're trapped below the 8 EMA. And I think bears are looking for a top fish compared to 1987. Okay, silver. Okay, silver. We are below the daily 50 MA, and y'all know how I feel about that 50 MA, especially on commodities. When it's overhead, I think that's a dangerous area. We're looking for a weekly lower high, so I'm actually in a silver short at 24.30. So those are my only two trades I have on right now, is a silver short and soybean short. So we'll see how this unfolds, because now when we bounce, we're looking for a 15-minute lower high. So on a bounce, you could look for potential. Man, that could have been a good cover too. Let me look at my... Man, silver gains are crazy. It's $25 a tick. Okay. Stay focused, Lori. Yeah, hit the like button. Okay, so now I'm going to say what would you like? Well, no, I'm not going to ask that question because that's a weird question. I'm going to have to think of how to phrase it. I'll ask a different question tomorrow. I like when we interact. Okay, so on silver, I'm looking short. On oil, oil is weak. Y'all, if you took that short last Monday morning, or you took the short from Thursday morning at $73 when I shared it with you, that was a great trade. And I told y'all I don't use trend lines a ton. I factor them into my trading, but I don't use them exclusively. But man, I shorted oil against the 73.86. It actually did a little top fish thing, or double top right here on the 15-minute, the 73.27. That's where I took that short, and that was just a beautiful move down. But y'all see this 4-hour trend line, how it broke to the downside? Copper has something very similar, y'all. The setting up. You see that? And I can't take credit for this. I would just watch Jungle Funk's video this morning. He does a commodities video on the weekend. It's literally one of the most valuable videos that we have in our library for members every weekend. It's amazing. So you see how we just been holding this line and we're breaking below it. So copper may have some incoming weakness. I don't like it with this daily 200 MA overhead. So I will be scouting a copper short. When I noticed it today, it was too close to this support. So I'm going to wait for a bounce to possibly short on copper. All right, Apple. Oh, Bennett, I hope you feel better soon. You know what? Could it be that smoke, Bennett? Made you sick? 182.23 is your resistance. Y'all, there ain't nothing wrong with this chart. Look at that. These EMAs, we're holding them. A daily lower high is possible compared to 184.95. I was doing this morning. And we bounced about 50%. So a lower high is possible, but not guaranteed. That wasn't terrible consolidation. It wasn't a bull flag, but it wasn't terrible. So what I'm basically telling you is on Apple, healthy, and we could have sideways consolidation in Apple today as well. Amazon, wouldn't sideways make so much sense, y'all? Nvidia, I don't know why that line is there. Nvidia, we're holding these EMAs. It's fine. There's no problems here. And I'm not, if I'm being too obtuse, it's because I don't see a clear trade setup, and that's exactly what you want me to be. You want me to be as clear as possible and be as honest and transparent as possible, and don't try to force a trade. I don't see a trade on Apple, Amazon, or Nvidia. Tesla, I see a high risk trade shorting against Friday's high. Daily RSI is almost 86, but Tesla's had a lot of news, so I don't know the RSI is as important. Tell me you went to Louisiana public school and public university without telling me you went to Louisiana public school. So we gapped up, and sometimes a gap up can mark a temporary top. So I like Tesla shockingly short despite this relative strength here in pre-market, as long as we have 252.42 overhead. Google, I like short. I'll go a little faster. Yeah, it is. That is a diamond pattern. It could be a diamond bearish reversal pattern. Good eye. I normally catch those things. Didn't that time. On Google, we have a channel. We do not have a rising wedge, but these tiny higher highs without follow through, I'd love to see 124 just barely break Friday's high and then tumble over. So I'm looking for a top fish on Google and Meta. Do you see this? Meta is definitely more of a rising wedge. It has that pattern. I would like a tiny higher high up around 268 and then look for a potential top fish. And the goal is looking for these daily lower highs on Meta and Google. His ass ain't no Cajun slang, I know, for real. Okay, NVO. Y'all, this is a pretty monthly bull flag. So I don't know if any of you are members of the Swing Report. If you are, thank you. We have a Swing Report service. And what we do is we make picks every weekend. And I don't make a pick every weekend. If I don't see anything I like, I just don't pick anything. But this weekend, I had 3 names on my list. One made the Swing Report because we have to, as my grandma would say, we have to cull. So we have to cull some. And this one didn't make it. It was because we had so many ideas this weekend. But I like Lily for this weekly bull flag. And I like NVO for this monthly bull flag. And I want you to look at this. You see how this daily is attempting to hold 156.66, and I'm not sure. I think this is the maker of what do you call it? Ozempic, I think, and Lily, however you say that, Majorno. And I think that's why these charts have been flying. So we got some pretty bold flags. So for those of you who like to swing and you're like, Lori, you never give us swings, here's a swing idea. I like a bottom fish of 156.66, and I would scale in small, and I would even accept if it held 154.35, I would be okay with a long against 154. Even all the way down to here, I'm okay with a potential long attempting to nail this monthly bull flag on NVO. I love that setup. So I try not to be a perma bear. I know I bring y'all a lot of bearish setups, but dang it, I can't help it. XLE, we rejected that daily 50 MA. It was a short idea on Friday, and it's another short idea today. Waiting for a bounce. I've already have a short, so I guess I'll have on 3 trades. This is a swing, and I think we could look for a reverse back burner. for a potential short on XLE. So what I mean is a 5-minute overbought conditions for another short on XLE. All right, and XLF, we have a stair step. I'm not going to take credit for this one. Dan pointed this one out. We have a daily stair step. If we lose 33.06, that would be a bear break of the stair step, and I think that that could trigger in a potential short. Oh, good, Cuckoo. Oh. You might be a swinger today. NCLH. I'm going to go listen to Charting Man Dan here. This is beautiful. Potential daily bull flag. This thing is strong. Gapping up. Did it get, what was the news? So they added some type of big shot. It's going to be a gap. So gap rules apply here, okay? So 1739 is Friday's high. So on a pullback, if bulls are unable to fill the gap and then they turn and burn, that's a gap and go trade. If they enter into Friday's range, that means bears have more control. So the inability to fill the gap tells you the strength of the bulls. So if they just really gap and go and run, that tells you how strong these bulls are and how good this gap is. If they gap and crap and enter into Friday's range, that tells you major weakness. Exactly, SPF. You said it well. Buy and hold is better in a bull market. Netflix, it's strong. It got a daily higher high on Friday. It had news Friday, though, that they were seeing more subscribers due to their password lockdown. So it gapped up Friday. Just mind your gaps. So your gap is at 40954. This thing is pretty strong. All right, that's it for me, TCGers. I will copy these notes over to you in just a second, and I will be in the room today to help you out with whatever I can and lock in those gains on soybeans or walk your trail down. Trail your stop down. All right, y'all, you stop losses.